Day 2 of training camp practice is in the books, and to be honest, not really much coming out of camp yet again in day 2. By the way, apologies for the audio. I am not using my microphone right now because I'm actually at work. Probably should be working, but I thought I'd update you guys real quickly on day 2 of training camp. I felt like we didn't get a ton of updates or news after day 1, and it was kind of more of the same in the second day. We did get to hear from Ayo and Jalen Smith today. We didn't hear from them yesterday, and we did get more updates in terms of the status of some of these players. So like I did yesterday in the video highlight of what was shared with the latest coming out of camp, the first thing to call out for today is obviously the health and status of Josh Giddey. Yesterday he only did non-contact drills. He was the only player that didn't participate in contact activities on the team, but we did hear today a positive update that Giddey did some contact work for the first time, and my understanding is the first time he's done any contact work since injuring that ankle back at the Olympics. But he did so today. They didn't go into much detail in terms of what kind of contact work was done, but he did without any setbacks, which is great to hear because, as I said before, given they're focused on building the identity and chemistry of this team, that's the goal that they've been emphasizing for this season, and focusing on player development, you're going to need your lead guard available out there running drills, practicing schemes, actions in training camp. Makes it more challenging to try and integrate him into the fold once the season is already underway. Hopefully by the end of camp, Giddey is able to do everything and fully integrated back into the lineup. And then we also got another positive update from Lonzo Ball. Lonzo did even more 5-on-5 and contact drills than he did yesterday and has responded well in ramping up. They're going to obviously continue to keep a close eye on how he progresses and responds as they ramp him up even further, but all indications are showing he's on track to play on opening night, which I just can't tell you how hyped I am for that return after 2.5 years of being away from the game. Billy Donovan did also say that Lonzo is obviously still needing to adjust to the speed of the game. No surprise there when you're away from professional basketball for as long as he has been. His basketball IQ remains top notch, which I mentioned this throughout Lonzo's time being injured. When we weren't sure if he was going to be returning or be the same player, if he does in fact come back, unlike Derrick Rose, who relied so heavily on his athleticism, Lonzo Ball, while still an athletic player, and even he himself admitted on media day that he's not going to have the same level of athleticism coming back, but one thing you don't lose, no matter how long you've been away from the game, is the mental side of basketball. The smarts, the awareness on the court, that's never going to go away. That's always going to stay with a player. And getting Lonzo's IQ back out there on the court, a now veteran player, to help with the development of the young guys coming off the bench is key in helping be that floor general in the second unit. And then, of course, just based on videos we've seen of him in practice, that jumper is looking very smooth. So, like I said, we did get to hear from Jalen Smith as well. He talked about what he brings to this roster, what he's worked on, and how he's been able to improve his game. He emphasized his ability to run the floor and bring some versatility as a big that can crash the boards but also space the floor. Then, we got to hear from Ayo, who, of course, praised Derrick Rose in the wake of his retirement, talking about how he used to play in the backyard, pretending that he was him. And then Ayo did actually give this one quote that I thought was interesting, which I felt like all the Bulls beat writers shared. He said that he can make a case for Buzelis being the most athletic person on the team. And they asked if he was more athletic over Zach or even Julian Phillips. He said he wasn't going to count out Zach because he has won 2 dunk contests. He said Julian is right there, but you will see. Evidently, he had some insane dunk back in September that was incredible. I mean, we already saw some of the amazing dunks from Buzelis in Summer League, hoping we can get to see more of those in the regular season. I'm a little bummed that we haven't heard from Modest yet coming out of camp. I'm sure that will come in the next few days, I guess. Haven't heard from Coby either. Zach, Vuce, same thing. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just kind of been quiet with these first 2 days of camp. Nothing groundbreaking or new outside of the latest on Giddey and Lonzo. We've seen some videos the Bulls social media team has put out thus far and what's coming out of camp, but just short videos on Twitter, no all-access videos on their YouTube channel, which is why these highlights and edits recently have been kind of crap as I continue to wait for new footage to come out. But anyway, I will keep you guys posted throughout the rest of training camp and going into the preseason, so let me know what you guys think so far. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.